What's going on, everyone? Daniel here. Welcome to my American Horror Story Roanoke Episode 9 spoiler review. Make sure you have seen the episode. It should take me about 2 minutes to recap it, then give you the pros, cons, and final score. Thanks so much for joining me. Also, before I get on to the recap, I want to remind each and every one of you that I make my episode reactions for American Horror Story and The Walking Dead Season 7, where I film my reaction while the episode's going on. So if you want to see my reaction to all of the episodes for American Horror Story Roanoke, or this episode specifically, Chapter 9, it'll be in the description down below. And yes, it's true, some people may be sad, some people may be happy. Next week is the season finale for American Horror Story Roanoke. No winter break, nothing like that. It's just 10 episodes, plain and simple. But no worries, American Horror Story has been renewed for a season 7 for next year. And I believe Ryan Murphy has already confirmed that it's going to be a Murder House and Coven crossover. So we begin this episode with a Blair Witch ripoff. Okay, maybe it's not a Blair Witch ripoff, but it reminds me so much. We have these hikers and they're vlogging. And not so much as the recent Blair Witch was a really good Blair Witch. I really enjoyed that film, but the original, you have your two guys and one girl. It's an inside job, man. There was no Blair Witch. It was all an inside killing. No, but I kicked the map into the lake or the river, whichever one it was. It just reminisced. I was like, there are other things in this episode that remind me of Blair Witch so much. I'm like, that's a Blair Witch ripoff, man. Anyway, so going on to that, Gillian arrives at the Roanoke house. Gillian is my boy Wes Bentley. You know when everyone's like, where's Evan Peters? Where's Evan Peters? Where's this guy? I'm like, where's Wes Bentley, dude? Where has he been all season? Like, I know he was in early in the season, but we need more Wes Bentley. He's the Ten Commandments killer, man. He was one of the good things about Hotel. So anyway, he sees the bodies and reacts to the Roanoke stuff that's been going on, and the hikers end up finding this girl's dead body. This was Sydney's assistant. They think she's alive. They see her ghost, and they go to the police. The police don't believe them. The police go to the car wreck. The body is not there. Now the Polk family. Gillian, because he was military, so of course he's military experienced. Sarah Paulson, Angela Bassett, and Gillian Wes Bentley end up going to the Polk family farm. Sarah kills one of the Polk family members, and Gillian is killed, or at least what we know if he's very stabbed and injured. A mob is coming there. What is that? I mean, I'm like Irish there for a second, oh laddie. Excuse me, I'm very tired today, man. I may seem slow. This video may be just a tidbit long, but we'll get past it, okay? So the crowd is coming, and Lee ends up eating a heart. The witch ends up finding Lee, and it basically what happened to Lady Gaga in the reenactment. Kathy Bates. What happened to Kathy Bates and how she became the butcher and everything. Like, Lee's basically the new butcher. So she eats the heart. Now she's evil, and she's like in control. Like the witch is in control of her. Lee ends up killing one of the hikers, and Gillian is alive, but the hikers end up pushing them down and go inside Sydney's trailer. Now Lee is walking towards the house, and she ends up killing Angela Bassett. She falls and impels herself. So she ends up killing Sarah Paulson as well, at least what we think she does. Throws her down in the tunnel or in the basement outside the house. Gillian is killed by the butcher. Intestines from the point of view, man. Very sick, very beautiful. I was going to say beautiful. Very brutal. Now, the two hikers are killed as well. I think they got spikes put up their ass, and they were burned alive. I don't think it was exactly up their ass. I think it was more like on the side, and more like the spear coming through there. I don't think it was exactly through their ass, but I was kind of like, I was talking on Instagram, I was like, was it through their ass? I don't think so. It would have came through their mouth or something, so it wasn't through their ass technically. Anyway, the two hikers are killed and burned, and the cops arrive the next morning. They find the bodies. Sarah Paulson is alive, but Lee is the murderer. Lee is a monster, and she sees Lee, and she's like, you! She grabs a police gun. She's gonna shoot Lee, but all the other police officers, who are just freaking idiots, end up shooting Sarah Paulson, and there it is. Lee survived. She's the surviving member of Roanoke. What a letdown, right? Now on to the pros and cons. Now, over the past 8 weeks, I have enjoyed American Horror Story Roanoke. I remember when the premiere started, and I was thinking to myself, do I like this? Do I not like it? Because we started the season with such mystery. We really didn't know what it was going to be about. We didn't know the main factor, if it's a show within a show. And all of a sudden, I just started to like it. Not so much the characters in a way, because you really never got emotionally attached to the characters. But every single week, it just got better and better and better with the horror and scary and the kills and the deaths. But, you know, the characters are the weakest parts of this season, and the writing for the characters, it's just horrendous. But as I was saying, every single week gets better and better. And episode 9, 1 week before the finale, it drops the ball. This is my least favorite episode out of the entire season. Every episode was better after every single episode was boom, 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 boom. And this one takes like 10 steps backwards. And there's only like 3 good things about this episode to me. First off, Wes Bentley was misused. What did you do? What was the point of bringing Wes Bentley back if you're just gonna stab him? Oh, and then he dies with barely any words. You don't... What do you do that for? No. And that's the thing is, I was happy Wes Bentley came back. Like, I didn't expect him to live. I knew he was going to die most likely. But I'm glad Wes Bentley came back. I really am. And I wish we could have gotten more info, because he barely talked in the beginning of the season. Yes, mother. Yes, mother. And now he comes back. I was in the military. I served 2 tours. I'll help you. You know, like, it's... Why didn't you do more with his character? I don't know why you just wasted him. You brought him just for him to get stabbed, and then to get pushed by a few hikers, and then to get his intestines ripped out. What was the point then? Just to get them to this place? I mean, don't waste Wes Bentley. They use Wes Bentley like that. I know he's not a main character in this season, but you just used him. Waste of his time, you know. So I'm glad Wes Bentley was in the episode. Big fan of Wes Bentley. But you misused him. You mistreated him. Hopefully next season you'll use him right if he does appear in next season's American Horror Story. But I am glad Wes Bentley was in this episode as well. When Sarah Paulson killed one of the Polk family members, she literally grabs the gun. It's 1 bullet left, and she shoots him right in the head. Not clearly in a headshot, but right on the side of the head. And the way it was done, I really was like she got back at him. So he got what he deserved, man. Sarah Paulson was awesome in that scene. And then the last thing that I really enjoyed about this episode was the directing. Not the directing, but the cinematography, in a way, with the point of view cameras. And in the woods. Even the hikers. Just, again, it reminds me so much of Blair Witch. But I did like that aspect, because over the past weeks, that's how it's been. It's basically been from the point of view of the cameras. But especially when Gillian was creating a plan, like, okay, I'm gonna go to the truck. Once you hear the engine, we have 2 minutes to get away. Like, all this plan stuff, and the way the camera and this and that. And you gotta imagine the way they film it is like Sarah Paulson, from her point of view, it's just a camera guy. And then when they go to Gillian's point of view, Wes Bentley's not there. It's just a camera guy pointing at Angela Bassett and Sarah Paulson. You gotta think like that, the way they actually film it. So it's just like a bunch of cuts and action and cut and action and cut and action. So, you know, it seems like 10 seconds of dialogue when it's like probably, who knows, within like 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes of actually filming the scene. Now I have a long list of cons for this episode, so I'm going to go as quick as I can. 2 I already mentioned. Wes Bentley being misused and his character barely talking. I absolutely hate the twist of Lee being the new Butcher. I've never been a big fan of Lee. I like Angela Bassett playing Lee, but I've never cared for the real character of Lee. I really didn't care. She's like, this should have been the finale. It would have been a sucky finale, but it should have been the finale. I know next week, you know, Sarah Paulson's coming back as the character from the I believe, Murder House. But the thing is it's like, why? You know, why couldn't this be the finale? You ended with Lee surviving. You know she did bad. You know the witch is probably still possessing her somehow, one way or another. You should have ended it like that. There's no need for another week or the prosecution. Just leave it up in the air. Leave it hanging. You should have ended it with this episode. Because next week, a lot of the characters are dead. Dennis O'Hara's still alive, the actor of that. So what else can you do? I know Sarah Paulson will be back, but it's not like you can bring all the actors back and have them play different roles. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. But it's like, what do you do from one more episode? Why didn't you just end it right here, right now? That's why I don't like the ending. Another twist is Sarah Paulson dying. Of her, obviously did the cop not hear her say, "You murderer, you monster"? Did the cop not hear her say that? Like, did you not exactly hear? You should have said something. Maybe you should have said something to prevent all that shit from happening. Now, this episode was very slow and messy. And to easily recap this, death, 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 slow moment, running away, death. Okay, I forgot to mention this in the pros, but the way Wes Bentley died, Gillian, the way he got his intestines ripped out just like Cricket, that was pretty awesome, because it was like hurting my stomach. My stomach was hurting when I saw that scene. So, again, they put the horror back in American Horror Story and the goreness into what we loved of Asylum and such other great seasons from American Horror Story back in the day. But even the hikers being killed, that girl's name is Taissa, I believe. The actress's name is Taissa. Everyone was like, "Where's Taissa? Where's Taissa? Oh, she's there. My beauty, my queen." Like, everyone on Instagram was going crazy. She's finally here. And then they kill her off in an episode. You should have kept her alive so that way next week when Lee goes into the hearing in the court and stuff, she could be a witness. You ruined that, Ryan Murphy, and I don't know whether it's you or whether it's the writers or some other people, but you really dropped the ball. Like, again, this season you really weren't interested in the characters that much emotionally, but you dropped the ball a week before the finale. Also, we never get a real explanation on the Butcher and her mob. We never really get an idea on that. And with the witch, we never got clear explanation on why the witch is why she is, as in the real life witch, and we never get a real reason of the real life butcher. We've never heard them talk. We've never heard them do this. We never heard them do that. We barely see them. I guess we'll see them next week, maybe one more time. We probably won't. We're going to be away from the Roanoke house. Also, remember a few episodes ago when Wes Bentley's character killed Kathy Bates, the butcher? He threw her in the flames, and he went with her in the flames. Wouldn't the butcher be dead then? Anyways, other than that, I was impressed by a few small things, but I can't say for this episode that it was better than the last episode. They dropped the ball. Death, death, death. Messy, slow, waste of characters, waste of time, waste of space. Is this the worst episode out of the season? Yes, I do believe it is. It's an okay episode. There are a few good things to it. It's not like unwatchable, like you don't skip over this episode, of course, when you're watching all of Roanoke, but it's just it's my least favorite. It's messy. It's very messy. It's unorganized, as well, many of the episodes have been unorganized, but it's very entertaining. But this episode, it was kind of like, it's already getting old by this episode. That's why it should have been the finale. It's like, I'm already tired of this. There 9 episodes they've been running around the Roanoke house, this, that, and you've already killed many of your big stars, and I didn't care at the moment. I didn't care. And that's not like me to say, because I've loved a lot of these episodes, but I'm hoping next week the finale could prove me wrong. Anyway, I'm going to give American Horror Story Roanoke Season 6, Episode 9 a solid C. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed, make sure to smack the like button. You can comment down below to me what you guys thought about the episode. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Share with your friends, and make sure to hit that subscribe button for more awesome American Horror Story reviews over the next 3 months, or over the next 2 months now, or 1 month. I'm reviewing already over 30 TV shows, man, so make sure to check out the channel. All the content I do, movie reviews, trailer reactions, unboxings, giveaways, many giveaways after Black Friday. Get ready, baby. Get ready. Till next time, bye-bye.